Hi everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to make your own seed mats and seed tape. It really does help, to get your seeds started directly in the ground at a good spacing. But to buy them in the store is a little bit pricey, and it's especially so when you realize how easily you can do it yourself. So let's get started. Alright, so we're going to start with the seed tape, and you're going to need toilet paper. Now, depending on how long you want, your rows, how long your rows are going to be, that's about how long you're going to roll this out to. Now, if it's an exceptionally long row, then maybe you would want to break it up into pieces. But I don't have a lot of gardening space, so I'm going to just do a few smaller rows. And the first seeds I'm going to do are beets. Now you want to check your package, or if you already know, your spacing. And that's the biggest reason why I like this. It's also good if you're using really small seeds, like carrots, for instance. And if you do have really small seeds, go ahead and grab yourself some tweezers, because that will help you to pick them up and get them in the right spot. Well, what you're going to need to use as a glue is simply flour and water. Now you're going to stir that up so that it's thicker than a slurry, but thinner than a paste. And I used pretty much equal amounts. So I used a 1/4 cup of water to a 1/4 cup of flour. So you can use, I wanted to use a paintbrush, but I couldn't find it. Maybe I'm out, so I'm using this instead. You can use your fingers too, it really doesn't matter. So just go ahead and start putting your little dots. I like to put them in the center or a little bit more to the side, and I'll show you why in a little bit. Well, these beets have to be, I think, about 4 inches apart. So for me, I'm going like every other square. And you don't need a lot. Oh, geez. I might be able to fit one way back. Well, yeah, I'm gonna be a rebel and try it. Okay, and then so I'm just going to grab my seeds, and these are bigger, and I probably will still have to thin them out because beet seeds actually, they're like little capsules with the seeds inside there, and there's more than one. But that's okay, because if you have to thin beets, then you just, have some fresh greens. So put one on each little dot, except that one I did accidentally. And then you're just going to let this dry. Now I did one ahead of time to show you guys. Put this over here. And it doesn't take long for them to dry. So I have beet seeds on each little spot here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold them over, kind of as a protective measure, because I'm not planting these anytime soon. It's still January here. In Wisconsin, oh boy, unless you're winter sowing something, you're really not planting anything. But if you're watching the video or you live in a really nice area where you can plant right away, then you don't have to fold it over. I mean, you can if you want. It's not going to hurt anything. Toilet paper, it's not going to hold up for very long. So you just fold it over, and then you're going to store it for however long, or you're going to plant it. So you just put it directly on your soil, like if you were using, say, a lawn pot or something, or even out in the garden. This is what I plan on doing. I'm not going to bury them very deep. I'm just going to cover them with soil. And then so You just water them in like you would normally, and there you go. You have, you know, your seed tape. So it's super easy. And if you need to space them closer together, that's even better. So for a seed mat, now this comes in really handy, you guys, especially if you're doing square foot gardening. Napkins, paper napkins, and you don't want really fancy thick ones if you can help it. If you already have them, then go ahead. But check the label, and you normally can get these for that are 12 by 12. So it's perfect for square foot gardening. You can measure them out exactly how you need them to be done, and just set them out in the garden and do the same thing as you did with the tape. Cover it with soil and water it in. Now for this, I'm doing Swiss chard. I'm actually going to do a few of these today. And the chard, this is the rainbow mix. Oh, it's so pretty when it grows. I haven't grown this in a while, and in fact the last time I did, it was the only thing in my garden that the deer ate. Oh, I had to hurry up and cover it and keep it covered most of the days, because it was just, we had a lot of deer in the area and they didn't eat anything else but the chard. Can you believe that? I'm like, hey, I wanted that for me. There's plenty of green stuff in the summer. So we're gonna just do the same thing. Now, if your napkins are a little over 12 by 12, you have two options. You can trim them, or you can situate your seeds further away, you know, from the edges. So then when you're doing your square foot, if the edges of napkins overlap each other, that's not a big deal. But your seeds will still be where you want them to be. I just feel that would probably be easier than, you know, trying to trim up a whole bunch of napkins. But man, come planting time, this could really help out a lot, especially if you have some good sized beds going on. You can use it for flowers too. I plan on using it for flowers. Because I don't always get the spacing right either. You know, I mean, you get your seeds in there, and unless you're starting them plant by plant, you know, like in the cells, it can be hard to get the spacing right. So anyhow, that was my gardening tip or how-to for today, how to make your own seed mats and seed tape. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, thumbs up. If you've ever done anything like this before, or you have some gardening tips to share, please put them down in comments. We'd all love to hear it. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. And if you're not a subscriber yet, please subscribe. Just, you know, click and then hit the bell button. It was nice talking to you. And you, take care.